Evening, everybody. Church, anybody. So, coming home today, right, on the bus, city bus, I had some blasphemous thoughts, right, and those thoughts coming in like a wave, right? Excuse me. And the Spirit of the Lord said to me, settle down. Settle down. Then he said, my grace is sufficient. And I didn't understand what that meant, right? My grace is sufficient, right? I knew what it meant from the Bible, right? Because Paul said that God's grace is sufficient, right? And this word, so I'm on the bus, right? And I'm trying to get a little shut eye, right? And then all these thoughts start coming, these blaspheming thoughts, man. These thoughts is like going like that, right? So I cried out to the Lord. I said, Lord, take these thoughts away. I'm tired of them. And that's what he said. His grace is sufficient. And I got the revelation, right? And I understood what that meant, right? And then Paul says this. Paul says, let me see if I can find the verse. He says, anything that's lovely, think of it, right? Or anything that's honorable or a good report, right? So I'm going, God's will, right? God's will is all good. And his commandments all good. And then that's when things start to shake up. I'm going to say that. Things was getting shook up, right? And a vision came to me, right? Of an oak tree, right? Fully, just big old oak tree, just solid, right? So the word of the Lord, this is what he tells me. Let me see. Oops. No, let me get back to what he said. And this happened about 5 o'clock today. And he said unto me, be solid. He said, the word said unto me, solid like an oak tree, true and tangible, but light, not transparent, but the weight of truth endureth forever. My God. I was like, okay, all right. And I settled down, and the Spirit of the Lord settled me down. So this word's gonna be quick. I'm not gonna be, make a 20-minute, 30-minute. But I learned something today, right? I learned something today that when the Lord speaks to you, right, he will always speak his word, right? He will always speak his word. And when I heard my grace is sufficient, and I think the first time I heard him, my grace is sufficient, but I never understood it, right? I haven't got the revelation of it until what Paul says, right? Paul says, think of things that are lovely, right? And as soon as I said, I remembered that, right? Because the Holy Spirit brings it to remembrance, right? So I remembered that. And once I remembered that, God's will, God's, his commandments, everything about God is lovely, right? And his word, his truth is solid, right? It's solid. It cannot be, it can't hang over a lie, right? The truth is always going to be the truth. And so I want to bring that to you all today. If you're out there struggling with intrusive thoughts, if you're out there struggling with blaspheming thoughts and things of that nature, right? It's not you. It's not you. It's the enemy trying to shake you up a little bit, right? And I was shaken up, but the Lord settled me down. He settled me down, and once he settled me down, we are able. So remember that, folks. When you're feeling like you're shooken up, God's grace is sufficient, and it will settle you down. That's love, y'all. So I love y'all. I hope this helps somebody who's in, a release from those thoughts. And I got my relief. I settled down. So, love y'all. And remember, you can church anybody. Okay? God love. Peace.